Oh boy, guys. So what you're seeing here is the remnants of a tragedy. I started recording this unboxing, and I got a phone call, and turned off the camera, turned off the mic to deal with the phone call. Forgot to turn the microphone back on. Did this entire unboxing without recording a single word. So, yeah, and I had some funny jokes in there. They were funny jokes. Let me tell you. Funny things about knee pads and some other things. So this is going to be a little bit different. You can already see the piles everything's in, like it and meh. There's no don't like it. So we're going to do a rehash of the Barrel and Blade November 2019 Operation Tactical 29. I'm so upset that I can't use any of the original audio, though, from the original unboxing, because it was good. Killing me. So Level 2's Barrel and Blade this month is cool because, rarely is there such a huge marked difference between Level 1 and Level 2, but Level 2 is twice the size, twice the items of Level 1. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean right off the bat that it's going to be better. It's just, I'm saying there's a lot more in the box with Level 2. So the first item, and normally with Barrel and Blade 2, I go in monetary MSRP value from lowest to highest, and I'm not going to do that now again. I'm so frustrated. I'm sorry. I want to start off by saying in the video, because I said this the last time. So at this point in life, all of the giveaway prizes from the big giveaway have been sent. All of them. There are a few that haven't been sent because people never got in touch with me. But everybody that got in touch with me, all your giveaway prizes were sent. And now, I'm not saying that, when I do mass shippings, I always have some concerns. And it's not uncommon for a few people to say they didn't receive stuff. I'm not saying some people, some people flat out lie about it, that I have shipping information, tracking numbers. But I'm not accusing people of lying. And I'm not accusing the USPS of doing anything crappy. Like when you bring in a bunch of stuff at once, I'm not saying sometimes stuff gets stolen. I'm not saying sometimes stuff just gets thrown in a bin and not shipped. And I'm not saying that sometimes they just flat out lose stuff. But sometimes stuff gets stolen, sometimes stuff gets thrown in a bin and lost, and sometimes they lose stuff. So at this point in life, if you have not received an item, a prize from the giveaway that you were supposed to, I made up a whole new email just for this. Right here. Where's my effing prize at gmail.com. Email me with your YouTube ID, the prize that you won, the number that you won, and the shipping address that you gave me so that I can try to track it down. I will try to, if people are due replacements, I'll try to replace as much as possible. However, the thing is, if I get tracking info that I can show you that says, look, this prize was delivered, probably not going to replace the lost prize. It's been tried before. But there are legitimate people where, it says, USPS in possession of item, and then it never goes any farther than that, unfortunately. So let me know if you guys... I don't know if you've noticed, I ignore comments on videos because I have said and asked specifically, don't do that. Don't harass me over stuff till all the prizes are shipped. There are a few people who are just, not getting their prizes because of the constant harassment and comments and everything about where's my prize, I want this, Unfortunately, they were pretty good viewers of the channel too, but rules are rules. One person continuously, I actually blocked him from my other channel about models and everything. He was so annoying. Commenting about prizes on videos that had nothing to do with it. Anyway, let's talk about Barrel and Blade. I opened this box, and here's the story. I looked at it, and just looking at the items in it, I said, I don't know, if I'm going to like this stuff. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. And then I started actually going through the items and looking at them and reading about them and stuff. And, well, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 6 in like it and 2 in meh, which is not bad. Remember that going in meh doesn't mean it's a bad quality product. It means I personally, in my opinion or preference, am like, meh, not for me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the 2 items in meh and talk about why they're there. And then we'll move on to the stuff that's in like it. So to start with, we're going to go with the Voodoo Tactical dual bungee sling with an MSRP of $19.90. So, and I'm going to repeat stuff that I had said in the original video. So I'm an old school guy. I still am, always was, and still am a 3-point sling kind of guy. Now, before anybody starts with the OK Boomer stuff, at least get it right, and OK Gen X, because I am not a boomer. But so here's the deal. I have never liked single attachment sling. Now, this could be worse because, there are the ones that are just like basically one dangly bungee cord from like your shoulder to the stock of your rifle. I don't know how anybody likes that. That's 7.5 pounds of dangle just bumping into crap. Now, this is good because this wraps around your body and at least I feel like gives you a little more control, but still a single point connection on your right. Now, I understand the concept of being able to quickly switch from primary to secondary weapon. I've never had a problem not being able to do that, though, with a 3-point sling. I just feel like a 3-point sling gives you a little bit more security and control over your primary weapon, over your rifle. And that's what I used downrange every time. It was always a 3-point sling, except my very, very first deployment, which was actually, so I should say my first 2 deployments, because, talking like back in 98 or something, 99, before this desert thing had started, the whole first Iraq deal way back when that started, regular old rifle sling. 2-point sling, and then we got fancy after that. While, this is a good... Voodoo Tactical makes great stuff. I love Voodoo Tactical. I have a few items by them, including my very favorite backpack ever. The Improved Matrix is my #1 go-to bag, made by Voodoo Tactical. So it's good quality. The bungee on this is strong. Nice protection for the actual clip, so it doesn't come undone and everything, and stuff. I like the way it fits around your body, but it's not something I'm likely to use. So this will probably go in the bucket for the next giveaway, in case anybody does like this kind of thing. I don't like having that much dangle. I like a more controlled hold of my rifle when it's not physically in my hand and it's just in a sling. It's not for me. So there's the first item in meh. The second are these Condor knee pads. Now, I said in the video was, back when I was still in the Army, you see any footage from Afghanistan, Iraq, and everything now. All the infantry dudes have knee pads and elbow pads. That wasn't a common thing. The only guys that we really saw wearing this stuff back when I was still in the Army were guys that we designated as light infantry. And now there's like, I guess infantry is just, I don't know. There was a big difference in the communities back when I was in the Army between the 11 Bravo light infantry and the 11 Mike mechanized infantry guys. And the only thing that they could decide together was that they hated us, Scouts, 19 Deltas. Everybody loved me as a 91 Bravo, though, because everybody likes their medic. But, yeah, it's the light infantry guys, because they did all of their fighting on their feet, walking around. When I was a young, dumb private, we weren't embroiled in, 18 years of desert warfare. I understand guys in Afghanistan, man, there's some rocky, crappy terrain there. So, and now all infantry guys, whether they're, considered in a light division or a heavy division, they're all doing the same thing, patrolling and urban combat. You don't want to slam knees and elbows into doorways and down on, concrete ground when you're taking cover. And I get it. Everybody has knee pads and stuff these days. I've worn them in training. I didn't think they were that comfortable, but I get why people would want to wear them. I just, like I said, I've never been in the market for for knee pads and stuff. Like, really shopped for them, and maybe one day I'll meet the right girl and we'll need knee pads a lot more, and then I'll become an expert. But these seem like good quality ones. Like I couldn't honestly, I'm not qualified to tell you good from bad or anything. But they're tough. They're comfortable, lots of padding. One thing I noticed was that the quick release here is very quick release. I can imagine this becoming disengaged by accident very easily. But I guess that if it's tightened up to your leg, it would give you more protection from that. But they're not, they're good to have, I guess. But I don't have a real big use for them right now. So I put them in meh. So again, meh doesn't reflect on quality. And by the way, the MSRP on this is $22.95. So you guys with more experience, time on down on your knees, you let me know what you think of these. But in general, this is not part of my tactical kit, so much. But also great things to fill out the next giveaway bucket. So we had nothing and don't like it. Not at all. Totally paranoid. Checking the, okay. Microphone's on still. We had some interesting items in the like it pile. The first one that I looked at was the Condor brass catcher, which, as I was going through, I was like, so, this is a great example of like it items don't have to be cool, sexy, cool, exciting. So what does a brass catcher do? If you don't know, it catches your brass shell casings that come out of your weapon. And now this one is set up for the M16/M4/AR-15. I looked it up because I wasn't sure. This velcros around the handguard, right around where the delta ring would go. Or, if you've replaced it with like Magpul or something else, wherever that area is, and secures, and this goes right over the ejector port. There's a lot of reasons why you would want to use something like this. Now, you probably wouldn't use it in combat unless you were trying to hide your presence, and not have your shell casings around. So number one, for example, in training exercises, when you sign, or even out on the range, when you sign ammunition out, you have to return an equal number of brass shell casings, because otherwise, how do they know you're not just smuggling that ammunition off the base? And it's all done based on weight. So it's a ridiculous kind of thing that at the end of an exercise, you've got these logistical people, and I can't remember right now, do they supply, or who are they? But worrying very much that we don't have enough brass collected to turn in. I remember some Army exercises where we would actually be like, after every stupid little mock engagement, be collecting up brass off the ground and shoving it in our cargo pockets just so that we didn't have to do the giant police call sweep to look for as much brass as we could. Because, they do that. You sign out a certain number of rounds, and then you bring back the brass and they weigh it. And it's got to be within a certain measurable amount to say, like, otherwise, what if you are smuggling rounds off post, or, off base? Or what if you never put it past some dumb privates to think like, oh, look, we got these blanks left over. Let's bring them back to the barracks for the after exercise barracks party and see what we can do with them. Trust me. They'll do it. So anyway, that's one use for this. Also, if you like to reload your own ammunition, now some people like to just constantly use brand new brass. Some people will take their used brass, put it in a tumbler to clean it up, and save the money that way. And you can save a lot of money on ammunition that way. When we used to live in Idaho, they had open range, so you could basically shoot wherever you wanted to, as long as you didn't kill anybody and you had the permission of the landowner. And there was a cool farmer who had this nice big rocky outcropping that we used as a backstop, and he would let us go up there and shoot as much as we wanted, whatever we wanted. The only thing was, he said, you got to leave the brass. Now, I don't know if he used it if he sold it for recycling or what he did, but he made use of all of our brass. So you could use this to collect your brass for recycling, for either loading your own, or selling it off, or you just want to keep your area clear. There's some ranges where they make you collect up your brass, where you have to clean it up. Some ranges make you leave it there for the same reasons. But while this is not the most exciting item, it's a good item. It makes sense, and it makes it easy. It has so you leave it on there, and it even has zipper. So midway, if it's full, you don't have to take the whole thing off to empty it. You just open that zipper up, let the brass fall out, and go again. So, cool item. This is why I like it. Would have been very useful in many scenarios that I can think of, and I can still use it now for many scenarios. The next thing we looked at in monetary price, I think, was this guy right here. This is by Exotac, and I love so much stuff that Exotac makes. This is the Titan Light. This is basically like a modern-day Zippo, with the addition that everything in it has O-rings. It's waterproof. So now, what I don't have, I found out, is lighter fluid, unfortunately. But it's got the cotton that you fill with water with lighter fluid, And what, you know, this has that Zippo doesn't is, see the O-ring there? So it's sealed. And I'm sure everybody that owns a Zippo has at one point discovered that all the fluid has just evaporated out of their Zippo, and now it's dry and they need to refill it. So this, being air and water tight, that doesn't happen. It's, you know, I really like Exotac stuff. They make good quality stuff out of titanium and machined aluminum. It has all the features that, you know, your Zippo has. Windproof over here, so it'll light in the wind. A little bit better than a lot of Zippos will, because I've seen these used. I wish I could demonstrate it for you now. I just don't have the stuff. Makes great sparks, you know. If we had fluid in there in this little watertight package, made in the USA, for those that really matters to. So while it is a little expensive, the MSRP on that is $49.95. There are Zippos that run you that price, depending on which model you get. But the factor that I really like here is that waterproof, watertight, airtight, your fluid does not evaporate out of this. I would like to mention that as I did this whole video, I had set up the box to try to trap PETA, and it worked. And I've got PETA in the box. PETA did not want to make an on-screen appearance, but he is chilling out in the box. He has claimed it, which is cool. Next in the like it pile is, actually this was last. Next we've got the BioGator with an MSRP of $34.99. Now, it's a gator, goes around your neck. It's fleecy, it's very warm. And you can cinch it down as much as you want. It's cool. What this has, which is awesome, is it has built-in N95 standard filtration. So if you need to use it to filter out your mouth, your nose breathing, you can just put this up over. So not only does it keep you warm, but now you've got an air filter built in. And it's washable, it's reusable, so you don't have to just throw it away. I think they say you get about 3 months of use out of the filter. You can hand wash it and let it dry, and it's ready to use again, which is really cool. So, you know, this is something that I said in the video before. You know, the shop, when I go to the shop, it's very cold in the winter. It is very cold in the winter. This is something that I could take to not only keep warm, but I could use this, you know, because we usually have to wear masks and respirators and stuff in there. So when there's chemicals being sprayed around and everything, this would be great. It would be perfect. It's very soft. It's very comfortable. Very easy to keep up over your face and your nose. And so while it is a little pricey at $34.99, if you factor the price of, you know, N95 filters and all that, respirators, not really a respirator, but just a mask, I could wear this when it's cold in the house and I'm like airbrushing models and stuff. It's a cool deal. It really is good and I like it. And then the final item in the box was the Kershaw Fraction, which has an MSRP of what, $57, which $57.74, which I think is a little bit much. I'm sure you can find this for less. But when it comes to, I wouldn't call this a tactical knife. It's a nice EDC knife. I think it would really benefit from a deep carry clip, and I know there are aftermarket clips or clips from other Kershaw knives that would fit that very well. But it's right and left hand tip up. It's on bearings. At first I thought it was a spring assist because it's so tight in there, but it's got a really interesting flipper, right? So you push down on the flipper, really smooth on bearings, nice black wash finish. It's got that carbon fiber laminate on top of G10, both sides. So it looks kind of nice. It's got a little gentleman folder kind of look, sort of. A little small for anything other than, you know, standard daily EDC tasks. Nice hologram blade. 8CR13 steel. So very pricey for the materials, but, and like I said, MSRP, I'm sure you can find it for cheaper. But it's got a nice grip to it, even for such a small little knife. And I mean, just the action on it's great. Bearings are really nicely tuned. It opens super fast. And for sure, just a small, you know, EDC kind of knife. Not bad. So, you know, overall, I mean, the last unboxing video, like I said, I was much funnier. I was having a great time. PETA's in the box. It was pretty good. it was a box that I opened, and I was just looking at the items. I was already in the mindset of I'm not going to like this, and then I actually gave the stuff a chance, and I said, you know what, this is good. I do like this. This is valuable stuff, like usable stuff. Everything in here is usable. Just because I'm not excited by it or don't have a personal, like I'm going to use it right now, it all is good quality. I mean, and that's kind of one of the things that I like about Barrel and Blade. I'm not thrilled at every item that comes in every box, but at least it's good quality stuff. It's never some hokey, cheesy crap. What do you guys think? If anybody's interested in trying Barrel and Blade, I have a promotional discount code in the video description you can use if you want, or don't. It's up to you. But I think you should give it a try. This is PETA, by the way. You can just see the corner of him as he stretches out. So anyway, the perils of an external mic and having a terrible short-term memory. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this month? Who wants to convince me that a single-point sling is better than a three-point sling? Ready, go. Short of that, anyway, guys, remember, where's my effing prize at gmail.com. Your YouTube name, your prize number, what it is, and the shipping address that you had previously provided me if you have not received your stuff by now. I will be ignoring completely any comments about prizes, but seriously, everybody should have their stuff by now, and anybody who doesn't, get in touch with me. But I'm always excited to hear your opinions on everything. So ready, set, discuss. And remember, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.